Hi everyone, it's Cavotta here. So I'm on my website that I've created for this STEM class for my project. I'm specifically on my lesson 3 page. A resource I learned about this year is Padlet. I'm not sure how long it's been available for, but I just started using it this year. It's a great resource. I've incorporated it into my classes a couple times this year, and I thought it'd be a great resource to include in my project for this class and also to share with you guys. So on my page, I have a link to one of the Padlet boards I created for my students for this project, giving them resources just for some things to get started. They're going to be creating a Adobe Spark presentation that incorporates chemical bonds and how they are connected to nutritional facts. So I've provided them with some links to videos and web pages and simulations and our textbook to give them a start of some information to use and where to look. So these they can click right on. This is like the whole page that I embedded into my website page. Then I also embedded a link to the Padlet board that they'll use to keep track of their group's progress. So they can click on this and go straight to that page. I also have incorporated a video on how to use the Padlet, specifically because for their group's progress, I'm going to have them comment and like each other's group's posts, and I wanted them to be aware of the fact that they're going to be assigned a group number, and in this one I have it in the shelf format, so they'll be creating posts underneath their specific group, so it'll be all in one column, but then going across they can see other groups posts as well. So I was thinking about using Twitter in this project, but I think going with Padlet, kind of similar, features. Obviously it's not social media, but they can see other groups post, and they can post their own, and they can post videos, they can post images. So I think this is a safer educational tool to use for now. And then the one I have up here with project resources, this is their like wall format. So this, when I add a post with this little pink plus sign over here, it just kind of like feeds across and puts it wherever. Whereas in the shelf format, it goes down that one column that they're going to be assigned to. So using Padlet as the resource, it is an app, or you can use it as the website. You see all the different templates they have. So the one I was talking about with the resources is this wall format, and then the shelf format is what I'm using for their group progress. The only downside to this, as of right now for me, is that my school doesn't have a subscription to it. We're working on it, but so I can only have a certain number of Padlet boards going at once. Otherwise, I hit my max, and I have to delete some of them to add new ones. There is a way you can upgrade and pay for it. I don't think it's very expensive. I just haven't done it yet because my school is working towards getting the subscription for all of our teachers. But in terms of the product, it's super easy to use. I really love how, as a teacher, I can already have these pre-made and ready to go, and I just share out the link to my students. So I can have the links are on my website. I can also share them in a Google Meet in the chat box, or I can share them on Classroom. I can just upload the link, and they can go right to the Padlet page and just start adding in their posts. To get students' names on their posts, they do have to sign in with their Google account, and then once they've signed in one time, then whenever they click a Padlet link, it'll always automatically be connected to their name. If they don't do this, then it shows up as anonymous, which for me, I don't love, because I want to be able to see that kids are participating. I use these Padlet boards as a soft start sometimes in class, especially given the circumstances now. It's great for as I'm taking attendance and getting things set up, they're answering a question, or they're doing a little research, or they're reading some articles that I have posted on a Padlet board. So it's really a great tool. It's super, like I said, easy to use. I do like how it can be an app, so kids can do it right on their phone. But we have Chromebooks in my school, so they typically are doing stuff on their Chromebooks. There's a lot of nice pictures you can add to them as the backgrounds. There's different fonts. There's nice security features as well. So I can make it so that I have to read students' posts before they're allowed to be published. My students are pretty good, and I typically don't do that because I'm using this as a self start and I want them to be able to see each other's posts while I'm doing something else. But that is a nice feature that I can do if I were to have them do something at home for homework or something. I could go through and read them before they're then posted and published. You can also have the feature on or off if you want for whether or not they can comment and like other classmates' posts. You can make yours private or public. I make all of mine public just so it's easy to give out my link to the students to have them work. But I like the different formats as well. You know, if you're a history teacher, you can use the, go back to it, you can use the timeline or the map format. I like the wall format for just my resources. The most recent one will come up at the top, and then the older ones go to the bottom. There's also the stream feature, which is kind of more like a Twitter feature that you can use. So a lot of great options and templates for this resource. So I hope others can use this as well.